bet you're sick of seeing Spinosaurus, that weak-jawed fish catcher. Nah, I'm kidding. He's not only a weak-jawed fish catcher, latest science suggests he couldn't even walk on land. So he's basically a snake. A weak-jawed, slithery snake. Pathetic. Okay, now I've got your blood pressure up to 120/80 at rest. Let's begin. Yes, Titanus versus Godzilla. When I first saw Titanus in Godzilla 2, King of the Monsters, I was like, what the hell is that? It appears to be a mammoth, but his limbs are all disproportionate, like half ape, half elephant thing. Well, I can't really talk. Had to delete my Tinder because no one likes my weird, skinny, fat body. I'm becoming the newborn. Well, at least I'm more attractive than this guy. Yeah, check out Tusk in cinema soon. And no, I'm not being sponsored. Look at it looks ridiculous. Anyway, Titanus is a massive daikaiju that apparently leaves a wake of radiation, enabling mutant trees to grow. He's even got a tree on his tusk. How the hell is that thing still standing? Ugh, imagine what the fruit tastes like. All mammothy and shit. I'll stick to my Waitrose rambutan, lychee, and purple mangosteen. I also recommend some neomorph, newborn, and engineer for your daily exotic 5 fruits. Essential, kids. Don't skimp on the fruit, and the veg, and the broccoli, and the Brussels sprouts. Fuck. Behemoth, also dubbed Titanus Behemoth, is a giant mammalian daikaiju created by Legendary Pictures that appears in Legendary's 2019 film Godzilla, King of the Monsters. It's a minor titan obeying Ghidorah and later Godzilla. Disloyal bitch. Behemoth's name likely refers to the biblical use, where the behemoth is a giant land animal, often interpreted as a mammoth, created by God as a demonstration of his power, or her. The counterpart to the Leviathan. It may also be referring to the primary definition of behemoth, a huge and monstrous creature. The word itself derives from Behemah, the Hebrew word for beast. Behemoth's other name, Mapinguari, I actually cannot say this word, Mapinguari, oh my god, it's gonna kill me, is an ape sloth, Bigfoot-like cryptid in South American folklore with mammoth fur. Behemoth resembles this, but with tusks, and without the one eye or second mouth on his stomach that the Mapinguari has. It's strongly implied that the sightings of the Mapinguari in South America are actually sightings of Behemoth, which is why the locals call him... you really had to do it to me, didn't you? Had to put the word in again. Mapinguari. Behemoth resembles a prehistoric ground sloth with large curled tusks resembling those of a mammoth, knuckle walking in a way reminiscent of a gorilla. He's covered in light brown fur, while his head resembles that of a mammoth, with small ears and a short tapir-like trunk. Behemoth also has a row of small, flat spines running down his back. The ends of his forelimbs are tipped with broad fingers bearing very large claws, with the hind limbs being stouter for weight bearing. Due to this, Behemoth is capable of standing on his hind limbs. Behemoth's tusks also appear to have some sort of green algae or vines growing on them. In Godzilla, King of the Monsters, Behemoth is contained and monitored in Monarch Outpost 58, in a cavern in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Designated Titanus Behemoth, although he's known to the locals as... You think this is funny, don't you? You think it's funny. Mapinguari! His fall is briefly examined by Mark Russell. Later, Behemoth is woken by the calls of his new alpha, Ghidorah. And he, along with other titans, excluding Godzilla, Mothra, and Kong, is sent to hunt, moving as a pack with his new allies. Behemoth himself rams into buildings in Rio de Janeiro, demolishing them with his tusks. Soon Madison Russell activates the Orca in Boston, and Behemoth is one of the titans to make the journey. Incapable of moving quickly enough to arrive in time to help his alpha, Behemoth arrives to see Godzilla having killed Ghidorah. Although the first to confront Godzilla, Behemoth follows Rodan in bowing down to his new alpha with Scylla, Methuselah, and Muto 3. News reports later mention that Behemoth is having a positive impact on the environment, including the deforested regions of the Amazon, due to his feces being an effective fertilizer. Wow, so he shat his way to success. I mean, when he shits, his wake of shit creates foliage and trees. Makes sense. Abilities. Durability. Behemoth's fur is essentially fireproof. Fire is more of a nuisance. Reforestation. Behemoth's movement leaves behind trace amounts of radiation which grow jungle-like foliage in his wake. One noticeable example of this was when previously destroyed portions of the Amazon rainforest spawned due to Behemoth's radiation. Strength and combat. Behemoth can use his strong tusks to destroy buildings with ease. He can also attack with his claws on his front limbs, while standing on his hind legs. Okay, let's fight. Well, Titanus is cool and all, but a little too hippie to take on Godzilla. Maybe Titanus and Mothra should and have some cute hippie daikaiju offspring and move to a hippie commune. But yeah, sorry, Godzilla wins. 90%. I'm not gonna say 80. Anyway, let's do a military parade. I have one of the finest extermination squads out there, but I'm looking for a scientist and a dino catcher. So go to www.bughunt.one. Even though I joke a lot, I appreciate the support and some great videos coming up. Lots of silliness and educational too. Cool. I've been Viral Killer. I'll see you soon.